Hello, hello. So the Hunter achievement, hop to it. Trigger 5 amphibians spirit death rattles in one game and then up to 10. Uh, I guess I must have done it once accidentally off of a discovered spell and I just wasn't really paying attention. But the spell gives a minion +2/+2 and death rattle. Give a friendly minion +2/+2 and this death rattle. So, I thought if I wanted to do this up to 10 times, I can try to copy the spell, sure. The main thing is, though, I want recursion however I can get it. And I think Adaptive Amalgam might be the way to go here. So I'm going to use cards like Bird Watching to give it extra stats, Brain Gill to make it draw cards when it dies. I want to be careful with this one. I don't think I want them to draw 2 cards when they die. I think once I've done this once, I'll probably make sure it doesn't hit again. To give them taunt, to trigger their death rattles, to grab them out of the deck at appropriate times, because I do want to make sure that they have something to hit when they die, to possibly discover one and give it a dark gift, maybe even. And then, of course, if I can make sure that the Amphibious Spirit is the only 2-cost spell in my deck, then I can use this to make sure I draw that one. So, I think I do mostly just want to get through my deck pretty quickly. Certainly the strategy is susceptible to silence, but there's not a whole lot of silence out there right now. I just really want to try to make sure that the amphibious spirits get onto something when that minion dies, and ideally onto each other. So, like, if I can get the 2 adaptive amalgams feeding each other, then I think I can really ramp up the number of triggers I get. So let me see what else I can put in this deck to make it work out. Alright, so I've had about 4 failures. I was going back and forth between getting aggroed down all to hell and uh, much more rarely my amalgams getting too powerful for the enemy to continue the game and they concede. But I think I really need a little bit more early game survival to get to the place where I need to go. So I've taken some of the things out, and this is what it looks like now. The amalgams, still the only 1-cost minion for the purpose of the trusty fishing rod. But I have more early game damage, including the arcane shot and a wound prey, and that means my oracles are more likely to be able to make use of the spell damage, and also those are 1-cost spells. I still have the tracking and fetch to draw rather than using cards that cost 3 to draw. Still have the amphibian spirit, of course. Still have the brain gill, of course. I do have Arcanate defense crystals, partially there to give some taunt and some armor, but also there to activate laser barrages. Prize vendor for more cheap draw, and in fact this draws 2 for both of us. Get me the taunt on those amalgams. Discover hero power. And Nightmare Lord Xavius, I went back and forth on whether to cut him, but the fact remains, if I can get lifesteal on one of the amalgams, that would be huge. So he stays. And then alien encounters, I don't have ways to like recur this, but it should get down to 0 cost at least, and 0 cost 2/4 beasts that can help you stay alive. So this should give me a little bit more survivability. Let's try it out. Just a quick change after about 6 more games. I realized that I do need some amount of life recovery. So I took out the prize vendors, which I had not cast even once, and I put in a couple of mess makers. I'm hoping that will be just the boost I need, because I'm getting real close a lot of the time.
on my seas.
I will never serve.
Alright. So as soon as I get an amalgam, I can start putting stuff on it, and the fetch will get me something. So far, I have yet to see the fetch actually get an amalgam, which would be nice because then it would also draw a spell. Or we could just play an amalgam and start buffing it immediately. Since we drew the fishing rod, I think it is most useful to start getting that on. And then maybe they can't kill it immediately. Interesting. And oh, next time I get the amalgam, I can do that. Really? Because now
I will drain you.
and then this amalgam will have 2 of those on it. And I can do that.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
I'll go for defense crystal and then see what else I pull. Okay.
As a gracious host, I will tend to you personally. How entertaining.
I will drain you. Shields up.
What separates dream from madness?
Everything ship. Feel devastation.
The moment is upon us. The moment is upon us. I will drain you.
I got this. I got this. What separates dream from madness? Endless nightmare.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic. You really put the old
I got this.
heave-ho into it.
I will drain you.
Everything's, shipshape.
The amalgams don't count because they did start in my deck.
Your spell.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
Oh, wow.
Your spell.
Watch your step.
Witness true arcane magic.
A black arrow.
How enigmatic.
A black arrow. I have no time for games.
Go forth on swift wings.
You won't find fire magically aged cheese. I have no master!
What separates dream from madness?
I must choose.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
You really put the old heave-ho.
I am low on cards.
I must choose.
Out of cards.
I must choose.
I am low. I am out of cards.
Everything's a shape. You really put the old heave-ho into it. I must choose.
Are we done yet? Well, that took a long friggin' time. I got the first tier of it in the first couple of games that I played, but getting all the way up to 10 triggers, man, there were so many games where I was facing somebody with ham in their deck, boom, one of the amalgams gets eaten. And then a few shamans out there with hex, boom, boom, amalgam, gone. And then it does not do great against aggros, so probably about half my losses were just because they took me out too quickly. So I had to put some survivable tools in there. Clearly, I found a version of this that does work, but so far this is definitely the most challenging achievement. But I got it. 10 amphibian spirit death rattles in one game through the use of Adaptive Amalgam. I'm glad to be done with that, and I hope you have a good day.